ってんじゃねえぞエレクトロキーだ
おもろいやろ何がほんまかわからん感覚っちゅうのはしまいにしようやオリエントでディエンテスでシエラブリーチブレイブソウルズ。
Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy the Deathmasher and welcome back to yet another Bleach Brave Souls video, and today I am finally back with yet another Who Is Better video because it's been a while since I have last done one, and I think the last one I did was like a couple months back? Like, when was it? Oh yeah, it was Bruno versus Ichigo. Damn, it was that long, literally 2 months ago. And I was supposed to do this in November, but like I was sick with a flu and then had bronchitis, and sadly enough I am sick again with a flu, so it's like it's been annoying, no COVID, so I do apologize if I have been late with this type of comparison video. But today we are going to be comparing the Spirits Are Forever With You version of Shinji to Candice Catnipp, because they are both mind characters and they both have Arrancar Killer. So this is literally going to be a competition to determine who is the best Arrancar Killer that we have for mind. So anyways, let's start off with Shinji's predecessor being Candice, even though Grammy came a lot after Candice, but Grammy, let's be honest here, he had that crappy SA1. Anyways, my Candice is 3 out of 5 with level 10 SP, focus, and attack at 5, T20 with full stamina, damage boost, and long stride, and don't worry, Shinji has the exact same thing going for him, so we can compare them equally. But anyways, for her time, she was really damn stacked. She was one of the best mind characters that we have ever gotten in the game, because she has paralysis on everything, has a 20% bruiser, kind of relevant, 20% berserker, kind of on the lower end side, because we are now getting units that have 40% berserker or higher whenever they have havoc. Has havoc at 20%, frenzy, debilitator plus 5 seconds, and also has weakened defense, not as a bonus ability, but as an actual 6-star ability. This means that if you decide to get Candice to T20, you can apply another weakened defense as a bonus ability and have double weakened defense and make her soul bomb or nuke even harder. Will it nuke as hard as Shinji's soul bomb? I can't really say, because I don't have Shinji 5 out of 5 and I don't have Candice 5 out of 5 with double weakened defense. So for whomever has the 2 units and have actually managed to compare the damage with the soul bomb, please do let me know in the comment section below. And also has Sprinter plus 2 light. She, for her time, had really damn good skills. So like, I have no complaints about this character whatsoever. She aged very well. It's just that now she doesn't do as much damage. And now we have Shinji right here, who was by far the most recent Arrancar Killer that we have gotten in the game, and is by far the most stacked in terms of overall skills, because we're gonna get into it in a minute. Now, Shinji, unlike Candice, he is a captain/holo affiliated unit, so do keep into consideration that in a lot of content like IZ, Droplet Zone, enemies mainly have either Captain Killer or Holo Killer, or even Soul Reaper Killer for that matter of fact. Whereas with Quincy's, they're literally the only type of affiliation alongside humans that aren't affected by killers compared to Soul Reapers or Ronkers or even Holos. So like, there's that to keep into consideration in terms of the overall affiliation. So yeah, mine again 3 out of 5 with the same exact bonus abilities, so that's all you guys really need to know. And Shinji has a lot more skills this time, but for starters he has weakening, which is a way stronger status element compared to paralysis, and also is immune to freeze and fire, so pretty damn good. Makes him a bit safer for a lot of content in the game where we do have status elements that can actually burn you or even proc freeze, like for example IT. And Sprinter plus 1 on the actual innate skill. No Sprinter plus 2 this time, so he is going to be a bit slower for when it comes to flash stepping. That being said, he has a higher berserker, has 40%, has a devastation of 40%, and also has 20% full stamina damage boost. Now, added with the bonus ability, he actually has 45%, so this character is going to be hitting a lot harder than Candice, and is by far the hardest hitting character that we have for mind in the game, and is actually able to do a lot more damage than Daddy Ichigo and Noelle, and also has the increased mind attribute Captain Strong attack damage by 20%, so a lot more multipliers added with the 40% Berserker and the full stamina damage boost at 20%. So this guy hits insanely hard. Has Havoc at 20%, Frenzy +1, Debilitator +5 seconds, and also has Ailment Reversal, meaning that if this character gets hit by any enemy that inflicts a status ailment, he'll actually be able to Uno reverse that and heal up the damage that he takes, which is actually pretty good. Now that being said, in IT, you do need a bit of defense in order to fully heal up and get the full stamina damage boost back, but at least you'll be able to survive and completely screw over an enemy with this type of skill. So it's pretty good. Shinji is very stacked on skills, and I'm happy that they gave him justice. But that being said, the kits between the two characters do differ immensely. So how are we gonna go about when it comes to comparing the characters? We're gonna do the standard format. We're gonna do the solo runs in IZ, the single player one, and they are both gonna have hybrid recharge / strong attack damage links, and they'll each have the pill and Zeta pill with 30% SP, while Shinji will have the badge with 30% SP, and Candice is going to have the Quincy cross with 30% SP. So with that being said and done, let us go ahead and begin with the who is better video comparison now. And those were the runs. Surprisingly enough, both Shinji and Candice cleared at the exact same time frame of 38 seconds without Killer nonetheless. But now let's briefly talk about the kits. Both Shinji and Candice have the exact same SA1 and SA3. SA1 being a lunge forward, the standard 570 radius with Havoc, and a full screen SA3 being 1200 radius. The main difference between the two is mainly the SA2. Candice has the traditional 960 AoE in front, whereas Shinji has the 750 radius vacuum vortex attack. So the difference between the two strong attacks is like night and day. Candice has a lot more range and will be able to take down a lot more mobs compared to Shinji, whereas he will not get as many mobs, but will have a much higher chance at being able to inflict weakening due to the amount of hits that strong attack does. And that's not to say that the strong attack is weak either. It can kill multiple waves of mobs if positioned correctly, and the max starts off from 100% and then gradually drop down to 20% before the strong attack finishes. But seeing as it has a smaller radius, precision is definitely required here. Candice has paralysis on everything with weakened defense on the Soul Bomb at base, while Shinji has weakening on everything. Now let us briefly talk about the pros and cons. Starting it off with Candice, here are her pros. Better SA2. I don't think I need to explain this, as I briefly summed it up when talking about the kits. Sprint plus 2. Her being able to flash step a lot more will make things easier for dodging enemy attacks, and also being able to clear a lot faster. Give her long stride on her, and that's the perfect combination to go with if you're fine with missing out on the double weakened defense. Which brings me to my next point, double weakened defense. You can give this mummy milker another skill of weakened defense upon getting her link slots to either T15 or T20, which is going to improve the Soul Bomb into nuking even harder, increasing the overall multiplier from 1.3 to 1.6, lowering every single boss and mob's defense greatly. It somewhat does make up for not having weakening on her kit, because for context, weakening has a multiplier of 1.5, so Candice will be able to nuke better than a regular unit that has a 40% devastation, no weakened defense, but has weakening on everything. Good pros, but now here are her cons. Lower multipliers. Candice only has a 20% Berserker, so she won't be doing the same amount of damage that the newer mind units do, like Daddy Ichigo, Spirits Are Forever With You, Shunsui and Shinji, Noelle, and a lot of other characters. Bro, even Fierce Battle Chad legit has no Havoc, but has the same kit as her and does a lot more damage than her, which is sad. You can still give her 25% full stamina damage boost upon getting her to T15 and make her do even better damage, but the same thing can be said for all the other characters that have a higher Berserker, so unfortunately, she will still have it worse. Weaker status ailment. Paralysis is a great status ailment, don't get me wrong, it's very useful for stopping mobs from attacking you, but compared to weakening, it's not as strong. With weakening, you lower the mobs' defense and attack and do a buttload of damage. Now, I did bring up that having double weakened defense somewhat does fix the fact that Candice doesn't have weakening on everything, and also does fix the nuking potential, but it's never gonna fix the total damage that your strong attacks are going to do at all times. Nuking is an important factor, but it's not everything. It's a shame that she only got a 20% Berserker, but she's still not a bad unit nonetheless. But now it is time to move on to Shinji, and here are his pros. Higher multipliers. 40% Berserker, plus Captain Berserker buff by 20%, plus 20% full stamina damage boost, plus an additional 25% full stamina damage boost upon getting him to T15 equals complete domination. Enough said. Weakening on everything. A lot better than paralysis as a whole, and as I stated earlier, weakening has an overall multiplier of 1.5 at all times when you weaken an enemy, so I don't need to explain much. Give Shinji weakened defense and his Soul Bomb will pretty much have that multiplier turned from 1.5 into 2.8, thus having a lot more nuking potential than Candice. There weren't a lot of pros I could give to Shinji, but these two are still strong enough to make him insanely amazing. But now, here are a few cons for him. Slightly worse SA2. I summed it up already when talking about the kits, but Shinji only has a 750 radius, whereas Candice has 960. Only thing that makes up the SA2 is that it has a good chance at proccing weakening, considering his is a vacuum vortex strong attack. Has one less flash step. Bit of a hit or miss con, but if you want Shinji to move faster, whereas Candice already has 2 flash steps, you need to give him long stride on his bonus abilities. I'm not gonna say that it's problematic, but it does vary from person to person. Overall, to conclude the comparison, Shinji is better than Candice. Even if he had that SA2 that kinda does hold him back on clearing a bit faster and safer compared to Candice, he was still able to clear at the same pace as her while doing a lot more damage. The only bad thing that Shinji has is that he pretty much has the same kit as Can't Fear Your Own World Shuhei, but with much faster activation times and higher multipliers. So for those that aren't a big fan of that kit, you guys can still use Candice and you'll get the job done regardless of having a lower damage multiplier or not, as she does have the 960 SA2 that we all know and love. And at the end of the day, lads, just play as whichever character you guys enjoy using the most. Despite which has the better power creep, because in the end, Shinji is mainly going to be the go-to character for IT when Arrancars are the enemies. Everything outside of IT, you can still use Candice just fine and be able to clear most content in the game. Both are great characters. One just happens to do way more damage and have a lot more skills, making the unit a bit more broken, while the other just happens to have a better kit, but the skills aren't as busted. And that is the end of the video. Did you guys enjoy this comparison? Like, did you miss this series? Because if you guys did, do not forget to smash that like button, share this video with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, and hit the bell notification so that way you guys are up to date with my most recent videos. And by the way, I have one more Who Is Better video that I plan to work on soon, and it's going to be on the TLA version of Shinji and Koga. Now, I've already done this type of comparison before, but I'm going to be remaking it because Shinji did get a resurrection and made him top tier again, so I figure it's about time I actually do a remake on that. So yeah, if you guys are interested and are looking forward to that, again, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification. This has been your boy the Dash Smasher, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace out, lads.